Hey, happy Aloha Friday. It's Larry Gonzalez with your housing market update for 19 July. Kind of quiet week, not a lot going on, which is good. We've had a lot of movement in interest rates. They've come down. We're kind of steady this week. We'll kind of get into that. All right, so prices are still going up. Inventory is up too, and that's kind of what you see at this time of the year. And interest rates, they kind of slid sideways mostly this week, simply because there just wasn't a lot of news out there. The headline news that we did have: home builder sentiment continues to drop. Fed continues to signal rate cuts ahead of us, and unemployment claims are continuing to climb. Three things, and the home builder sentiment continuing to drop. That's kind of a bad thing because we need more inventory, but it's a good thing because when it slows, right, that means more and more people are going to be unemployed in the building industry, and so that's kind of a good thing for inflation. So we'll see. We got some news that's going to happen next week that we'll get into in a second as well. So first, let's talk about home builder sentiment. This is from the National Association of Home Builders, and they do their sentiment analysis assessment every month. And anything above 50 shows is positive. Anything below 50 is negative. And you can see for the third month in a row, home builders are negative. As a matter of fact, they are more negative now than they were 3 months ago. So, and you can see their current sales expectations are pretty low. They got even lower. They went from 48 to 47. Future sales expectations up, and that's probably because there's this expectation that now that the Fed is going to lower the Fed funds rate, interest rates will drop. That will get more people into the market. However, buyer traffic right now even lower from 28, which was pretty low, down to 27. So what it says now is their sentiment's not good now. It could change later, though. It could change later. It depends on how interest rates go. So we shall see. But typically, the other thing after 4th of July, you typically see home sales drop. Inventory goes up, or actually kind of maintains steady, but there's not a lot of movement. Because most people are done moving. Most people are done buying their homes. They're already settled in. But if rates drop, that will get some people off of the sidelines. All right, dovish comments from the Fed continue. Fed Governor Waller, he's kind of one of the more hawkish Fed governors, and he's basically saying that, he's echoing Fed Chair Powell, who spoke last week in front of the Senate and the House, saying that he thinks that they can achieve a soft landing, and they're looking for data over the next couple of months to confirm that. And they said, hey, we're not at 2% yet, but we're getting there. And we're getting to that point where we can cut the policy rate. So does it mean they're going to cut in July? Probably not. Most likely September. Then we'll see. Maybe one more. Some people are saying two, but maybe one more after that, because they want to see, once they make the cut, you got to see what the impact is. You always have that jolt, and then it kind of steadies out. So I don't think they're going to be in a rush. I think they're going to move pretty slowly. So, all right, so let's get into the next big thing, and that would be jobless claims. We had a big jump in jobless claims last week. Initial claims up 20,000. We're at 243,000. Continuing claims up 20,000 to 1.867. So you can see on the right-hand side of this graph, the numbers are starting to go up. All right, again, we need to get over 2 million receiving continuing claims. Really, I think for the Fed to feel very comfortable, but you can see initial claims are starting to pump up a little bit more. So I hate to say that's a good thing, but it is a good thing for inflation. It's a good thing for the economy. It shows the economy is slowing down. Obviously, we haven't seen a huge spike, so that's good, right? We don't have a huge spike, but it's going up, and that's what you want to see. You don't want to see huge movements because people overreact to that stuff all the time. Let's look at VA rates. All right, last week we saw rates come down from the mid sixes down into the low sixes. This week we came back a little bit, but we're going to be in this range between 6.25 and 6.5%, probably till the end of next week when we get the PCE report. And the PCE is the Personal Consumption Expenditure Report. That's the Fed's favored measure of inflation. So we'll see where that comes in at. And this is a core reading, of course. And expectations, it goes from 2.6 to 2.4%. Again, really close to that 2% goal. So not a lot of movement this week. Expect to stay steady next week. We'll take a look at the 10-year Treasury. You can see we got down below 4.2%. First time we've been down below 4.2% since March earlier this year. You can see January we were in below 4%. But we haven't really been there since. But we get this PC, and we're kind of right in this channel between 4.277, excuse me. And we'll probably stay there this week. But if we get a good inflation report, we should pop below this 4.2 line, and then maybe even below this 4.07 line. If we can get below that, look at all this room we have for the 10-year Treasury to go down. That could bode very well for interest rates if we get a good report. If we don't, then I think we just stay right in this range where we're at. So what does this all mean? Hey, applications down last week again, although for refis they were up because we are actually looking at refi rates in the 5s now. Inventory's up on the leeward side. That's not going to change. I think we're going to continue to see inventory linger on the market longer on the west side. Kaneohe, Kailua, Mililani, those homes are still going fast. And then the sellers? Hey, sellers, the value of the home is there. Affordability is what's keeping buyers from putting offers into your house. Make your home more affordable, not by lowering the price, but by giving credits to help the buyer get a mortgage payment that is affordable for them. All right, that's all I have for you this week. Have a great week. We'll talk to you later. Aloha.